Hello, my darling dreamers. Stella here, bringing you another tantalizing tale from the world of Based on Not a True Story, your guilty pleasure that's as steamy as a hot cup of cocoa on a snowy night. If that cup of cocoa happened to be laced with secrets, seduction, and a touch of scandal. Today, let's tiptoe into a story I like to call The Secret Garden of Desires. Trust me, you'll want to stick around for this one because things are about to get interesting. It was a seemingly ordinary Tuesday for Clara, our protagonist, a passionate yet slightly overworked landscape architect. Clara had spent the last few months designing gardens for wealthy clients who probably never touched a shovel in their lives. One morning, out of the blue, she received a peculiar email from a mysterious man named Adrian. Adrian was a rare orchid collector, rich, brooding, and with a reputation steeped in mystery. His email contained an irresistible request, an invitation to design a private garden on his secluded estate. The offer? A whopping bonus that could make anyone's student debt do a disappearing act. But something about his email oozed an unspoken challenge, an intrigue too delicious to refuse. Cut to the next week. Clara, armed with her sketches, ideas, and sensible boots because let's be practical, found herself standing before Adrian's secluded mansion. Picture it, an ivy-covered Georgian manor surrounded by dense forest, the kind of place that whispers, "Every room has a story, and some of them haven't seen daylight in decades." The very air seemed charged with possibilities. Adrian greeted her with a casual confidence, dressed casually, yet looking as though he'd just stepped out of a fragrance commercial. His eyes practically glittered like rare gemstones, the kind that hide centuries-old curses. He led Clara through the property to a hidden greenhouse at the back. The greenhouse, it was no ordinary space. This was a botanical wonderland of vibrant blooms, curated with an eye for drama and sensuality rather than convention. And the orchids. Let's just say some of them looked more like nature's ode to temptation than innocent flowers. Through their discussions, the project quickly came to life, literally. The two worked closely, too closely perhaps. A little brush of hands here, a heated glance there. Every shared moment whispered possibilities neither dared to speak aloud. Clara found herself fascinated not just by the challenge of designing something unlike anything she'd ever done, but by Adrian himself. Who was this man who filled his greenhouse with flowers most of the world had never even heard of? More importantly, why did he keep asking if she believed in the power of nature to reflect human passions? And just when she thought things couldn't get more intense, Adrian revealed a hidden area in the garden, enveloped by the thickest vegetation she had ever seen. He pulled back a curtain of vines, and there it was, a long-forgotten fountain, surrounded by moss-covered stone benches. Though neglected for years, the area emanated an air of something sacred and forbidden, almost like walking into the pages of an erotic novel written by Mother Nature herself. His request was clear. This was to be the heart of the garden, a sanctuary with an edge of mystery and allure. Immediately, every fiber of her being knew that this garden was meant for more than just admiring flowers. Every evening after the staff had left, Adrian and Clara found themselves lingering within the garden, exploring not just the space, but the charged air between them. Until one night, as they stood by the fountain under the light of a crescent moon, Adrian leaned closer and whispered, "Do you ever wonder why orchids are considered the most sensual of flowers?" And in that moment, under the moonlight flickering through the vines, their professional lines blurred. But of course, this story isn't just about illicit chemistry. Oh no, here's the twist. Clara learned that Adrian wasn't just collecting rare orchids, he was breeding them in secret. And the greenhouse? It wasn't just a place for plants. Adrian had been hosting clandestine gatherings for high society orchid enthusiasts, where their passion wasn't just limited to flowers, if you catch my drift. Horrified, and yet strangely intrigued, Clara found herself drawn into Adrian's world, and she had a choice: confront him for involving her in something so taboo, or embrace the peculiar allure of it all. Now, my darlings, I won't tell you how Clara resolved her moral dilemma, or whether they ever finished that garden, but I'll leave you with a question. When faced with a forbidden temptation, do we run, or do we bloom like the most scandalous orchid in the greenhouse? Maybe that's a question for another letter, or maybe you'll write in with your own. Until next time, my daring adventurers of the imagination, stay curious, stay bold, and above all, stay tuned. This has been Stella with Based on Not a True Story. And remember, some of the best stories aren't true, they're just irresistible. Bye for now.